Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. After creating my previous videos about using Harvard referencing for journal articles and books, I've been asked to create a video that demonstrates how you can use the Harvard style to format a website correctly in the references list and also in text. In this video I'll quickly break down the process to make it easy for you, ensuring you get good marks for your referencing. Before we dive in, I'd love you to hit the subscribe button and drop a comment below. Let me know what else you'd like me to create for this channel so I can tailor my content around your needs. Now, referencing a website may seem quite a challenging task, but it's actually pretty straightforward. In this video, I'll focus on Harvard referencing for websites. But just to add a quick point here, when writing your assignments, don't base all your work wholly on websites. Make sure that you also use other sources like books and journal articles, because by doing so, you'll ensure you'll get better marks than if you just rely wholly on websites. If you're curious about how to reference books and journals, watch till the end and I'll provide a link to earlier videos that show you how you can reference these sources accurately. Referencing is important for several reasons. Some of these are about crediting the people whose work you've used and by providing readers of your work with a route to the sources you've used so that they can explore them further. And it also enhances the transparency of your work. Accurate referencing also allows you to showcase your wider reading to your marker, and it should show that you're willing to go beyond the assigned reading list, which should mean that hopefully you can demonstrate that you have a genuine enthusiasm for your subject and that you want to develop stronger critical thinking skills by engaging in further research and reading. Before we jump into the practicalities of how to reference a website, we need to discuss why students should consider the credibility of the websites that they use. In today's digital age, anyone can publish content online, regardless of its accuracy or reliability. So one tip I'd like to give you right from the get-go is that if you are going to research websites, you should begin by looking at Google Scholar. This site will provide you with scholarly sources such as journal articles, academic papers, books, and so on. So you can be pretty sure that these are credible sources. So the lesson here is, before citing websites, make sure that they are credible. So how can you assess that a website is credible? Well, let's consider the United Nations website. You can be pretty sure that the information there will be reliable because it is an established institution. But if it's Wikipedia, you need to ask, well, who wrote the entry? Anyone can write and add things on Wikipedia, so it's not reliable and will not get you the best marks. In fact, you'll probably be marked down if you use Wikipedia, so please do avoid it. So how can you critically evaluate the credibility of the websites you cite? To do this, let's explore my website as an example. Now you might come across my website because you're writing about using 360-degree videos to share research insights, and you might just land on this page. On this page you'll see that there is a peer-reviewed journal article and a number of related YouTube videos around this subject. So if you were to cite this website or the YouTube videos, they should be considered credible sources because looking at my credentials as an author, you can see that I'm responsible for writing a peer-reviewed journal article, have won an award for this work, and if you do a bit more digging, you'll see that I work for a Russell Group university and have a strong background in the field of technology and education. So even if I'm being a bit biased, yep, you should consider this a credible website. By citing credible websites, students can uphold the integrity of their work, learn good research skills, and hopefully achieve better marks. To cite your references within your text, there are two ways of doing this using the Harvard referencing style. The first way is by mentioning the author and putting the date of the publication. So, for example, let's say you want to reference my webpage. You would write my name, Cooner, and the date you visited the website, 2024. When adding the year, if there is no date stated on the web page, use the current year because you can assume that most web pages are updated regularly unless they state otherwise. You can write Cooner brackets 2024 demonstrates that social science research messages can be effectively delivered using 360-degree video to child protection workers. The second way is by paraphrasing. From the web page or video, you might find some information that you want to discuss or analyse, and after paraphrasing it, you want to end that sentence by highlighting the place where that information came from. So what you can do here is take the information from the website and then put it into your own words and adapt it to try to explain your point and illustrate the source of your information and where the ideas you're exploring have come from. In this case, Cooner 2024. Now, if you are on an organisation site like the United Nations website, then in the majority of cases, the United Nations will be the author. However, some pages may have names attached to them, so make sure you look for these. Once you've identified the correct author of the website, put their name, in this case it's the United Nations, and the year of publication or when you visited, as explained earlier. As you're probably aware, all the references you use in your work should be referenced at the end of your paper. To do this, create a subtitle saying references or bibliography, and then the first thing you need to do to reference a web page is have the author's name. You then write down the date of publication in brackets. You then add the full title of the web page in italics and then add a full stop. You then need to explain that it's online, which is usually done by putting online in square brackets, and then you'll put available from : and add the link and include in square brackets accessed, and you can then put the date it was accessed. In this case it's Cooner TS 2024, creating 360-degree immersive films for research dissemination, online, available from, accessed 21 April 2024. But what about if you don't have the author's name? Well, let's use the United Nations website as an example. Imagine that you've looked but haven't been able to find the name of an author. In this case, you would write United Nations 2024, act now in italics, and say you got it online, get the URL, and in square brackets, put the date that it was accessed. So this would be United Nations 2024, act now, online, available from, accessed 21 April 2024. Thank you for staying up to this point. Always remember that you need to have a variety of sources for your academic work. So using only web references is not a good idea. So make sure that you draw on, for example, books, journal articles, when writing your assignments. Remember that ensuring your references are accurate holds significant importance for several reasons. Firstly, it can enhance your academic performance by properly attributing the work of others and by guiding readers to the primary sources of your evidence. Secondly, by showcasing extensive reading, you can bolster your capabilities in critical thinking and analysis. Well, I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to share your thoughts and questions in the comments box below. And click here to access my other videos showing you how to reference using the Harvard referencing style. Do make sure that you subscribe, like and share for more videos. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.